Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today just a nice easy relaxing review for you on Masque Milano's Lost Alice. And whilst we do the review, I'm going to show you some pages from this gorgeous book that I have here, and there you can see Alice in Wonderland there with the white rabbit in the background. So Lost Alice is by perfumer Mackenzie Riley, and you can see they include the perfumer's name actually etched, that's not the right word, but it's raised to like braille, so you can feel it on the bottle there. You have the number of the perfume on the lid, and gorgeous design there with the smell me on the little drink or bottle there. The notes for this one are ambrette, bergamot, black pepper, clary sage, black tea, orris, carrot, white rose, milk, sandalwood and broom. Broom is a yellow flower that has honey and pollen like scent to it. When I first spray this perfume, I get really fresh, clean, almost lemon-like kind of sharpness, but not too sharp, but I just get this really clean feeling, almost like fresh air. And I feel like there's a rich white florals. Now there's no white florals listed, only the broom, the other floral being rose in here. But I get a white floral feeling from it. It's very creamy as well, and just lightly sweet, only a little bit sweet, not too sweet at all, and a fluffy cloud-like feel, which is possibly coming from that ambrette, which is a musky, fluffy note. As it develops, I get a slightly more orange tone to it, and it's like I'm smelling carrots and oranges, which I believe would be the carrot cake note that the brand talk about. And as it further develops, I feel like the fragrance gets a little more gourmand on my skin. So it never really feels too sweet, but it just gets a little sweeter, a little more edible. And I get something that's almost like warm buttered scones with the butter just melting into them. No jam, nothing like that, just this not too sweet, bready, fluffy, yet buttery scent, which is really lovely. It's very much a restrained and grown-up gourmand. It's not really anything like the gourmands that you might be used to, and it may well not be gourmand enough for those of you that have a particularly sweet tooth. I feel like the clary sage note just offers a tiny bit of the outdoors type feeling, like a little bit of greenery, but not a lot, just a tiny touch. It makes you think of a picnic outdoors. It's a slightly savoury note, I think, and of course slightly aromatic as well. I feel like you get everything at once in the perfume, but it just changes in pitches and tones and what you notice, what grows and what gets smaller, much like the way Alice grows and then becomes smaller depending on what she eats. I get a little reminder of a fragrance called The Sexiest Scent on the Planet by 4160 Tuesdays, in this sort of woody vanillic feel and peppery. There is a pepper note in here which seems to come and go in my nostrils, as if I'm not sure if I'm always picking it up, and then I am suddenly aware of it. But it does remind me of 4160 Tuesdays' Sexiest Scent, because that also feels sort of peppery, woody, papery. So I get a similar feel to that, but with the added notes. The fragrance as it wears starts to get creamy or milky. Now the note listing is milk, but it kind of feels like cream to me, and because it has a texture of cream as well as the scent of cream. So milk can be a slightly weaker or more watery note, whereas cream is kind of thicker and has that texture, doesn't it? It really does start to make me think, once we're talking sort of three hours in or so, but it really does start to make me think of that tea party, and I can smell the carrot cake and the black tea and the cream, and still these scones with the melting butter. But it also kind of reminds me of a nut butter, so it's got an almost nutty or sesame-like feel as well, which means it's not too sweet. It's more of a slightly savoury gourmand. It almost reminds me of halva, that lovely spreadable sesame seed butter sweet stuff, which is amazing. If you've tried it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you should probably try it, and try some halva at some point. And I almost get a whisper of a Turkish delight in the background, very, very faint. And I'm not sure if I'm just imagining it, but it might be where the rose is, because I don't really get rose as such in the perfume, but maybe this little sense of Turkish delight is coming from the rose. There's another perfume that it starts to remind me of as it gets further down into the dry down, and that's Chipmunk by Zoologist. And that's because it does give me this savoury, nutty and woody and dry feel that Chipmunk does. So there's another reference, but that's only once the sweeter notes have kind of faded away, and it starts to become sort of less sweet, and then to me more nutty, woody, papery and dry. And finally, the final stages of the perfume for me really remind me of clean skin, just washed, clean, pale skin. I get a very clean woods, like cedar wood. Now, of course, we don't have cedar wood listed, we just have sandalwood. But to me, very clean, soft wood, clean musk, a little bit of powder, yet still got a little bit of a creamy texture with just a hint left of that milky cream note. But all the flowers have gone, the cake has gone, the tea is gone, and we're really just left with this very clean, soft, skin-like musk scent, which is not animalic at all. To me, very, very clean, but not clinically clean or soapy at all either. The perfume on my skin lasts well over 8 hours, and the projection is average, and it doesn't really become a skin scent until sort of after that 8-hour mark is up. So in terms of performance on my skin, it's very good. Overall, I think it's an excellent perfume. It's really creative, unusual, a grown-up gourmand, and I highly recommend, if you haven't already, check it out, try and get a sample if it sounds like it might be your cup of tea. But do be aware, it's not as sweet as you might expect based on the note listing. If you like sugar in your tea, and if you like sugar in your perfume, you might not love this one. But if you're looking for a more grown-up gourmand perfume, then Lost Alice could potentially be right up your street, or even down your rabbit hole. So that just leaves me to say thank you to Perfume Playground, who are an online retailer here in the UK. They actually sent me this bottle going back quite a while now to do an online event, a live stream, all about the House of Masque Milano. I will link that video below if you didn't catch it, where you can find out more about Lost Alice, as well as plenty of the other Masque Milano fragrances. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in another one.